Good morning, good morning. Ooh, I'm just getting set up for my Fun Friday Live. Let's have a look. I seem to have activated Siri at the same time. How do I get rid of him? Oh, go away, Siri. He says okay. Honestly, this smart technology sometimes. Okay, good morning. It's Friday. Hello, hello, hello. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I'm back for another Fun Friday Live. Good morning to you. My tripod's playing up, so we're having a little bit of fun with that. There we go. Let's have a look and see what we can see. Got my workspace, all is well. I will just wait a few moments to see if anybody hops on with me live this morning, and I'll just check where I am whilst I'm on my laptop and make sure I'm live in the right place. I think that would be useful. Yes, and if I have a look, I can see if anybody joins me and I can respond to your comments. Good morning, Sherry. Lovely of you to join me. Good morning, Joanna. Thanks for joining me live. Right, I'm very excited this morning. I didn't know what I was going to bring you. It's been such a busy week, but I wanted to have a bit of fun this morning. And I've had an idea in my head for a very long time. So I thought I'd have a go at playing around this morning, and I've pulled out this beautiful stamp set. I have used it on a live before. Let me just grab it. It's right out of my reach, which is helpful. It's the Queen Bee stamp set from the new mini. I say new mini, it's been going since the beginning of January. The Queen Bee stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's got these gorgeous, gorgeous images in it. And yeah, I thought we'd have a play with that. But what I wanted to make was a planner clip or a few planner clips or something you could use to bookmark a page. So, oh, I haven't brought my planner in, which is really not useful. I have another one. We can use in here. So I thought we'd do that. You could use it for a bookmark. If you're not into a planner or a diary, you could use it to mark your page. So I thought we would do that using the bee. So I've had this idea in my head for a very long time. And a few weeks ago, I ordered these jumbo size paper clips precisely to do with this. Look at the amazing colors they come in. So these are large paper clips. They're about 2 inches approximately. And yeah, you can buy these pretty much anywhere, and they're relatively inexpensive. Okay, so that's kind of be the clip part of the clip. And we're going to have a bit of fun with it. So let's see, what materials do we need? We need our stamp. We need some Memento ink to stamp our bee. What else do we need? We need some white cardstock. We need the clip. And we've got some ribbon. Now, I'm going to stamp my bee in Memento Black. Good morning, Shaz. How lovely to see you this morning. Thank you for joining us. So I've got this gorgeous ribbon. This is the gingham ribbon, which is 1/4 of an inch gingham ribbon in black and white. Love it. And I'm going to stamp my bee a couple of times if it'll fit on this piece of card, because it's quite a large bee. I did wonder, because I have mocked up this planner clip, I did wonder actually if the bee was too big for the clip, but it's not. It's perfect. So we're going to pop it on. Now, I will use these for my planner, but I'm also thinking I might use them as a bookmark in some way. I tend to use my Kindle a lot. I don't know about you guys, but there is nothing like a proper book with paper pages, is there? And the smell. Am I the only person who likes the smell of a book, especially a new book? And my daughter bought me a fab book for Christmas that I haven't read yet, and apparently it's really, really good. So I'm going to have to get on and read that. So it might be useful for that. I'm not sure. I'll try it out, but it's essentially a planner clip. I've got 2 bees, and I thought I would pick out some colours to play with. And I got inspiration from my clip. So I have gone with, I pulled out the pink one and I pulled out the red one. So, oh, the book smells amazing. Sherry, I'm glad you agree with me. Oh, and you do, Shaz. Definitely a proper book you can sit in your hands with. I absolutely love my Kindle because reading in bed, it's got a light. You don't have to prop the pages open. It's so much easier. And going on holiday, you don't have to take a ton of books, but I love a proper book. They can't beat a proper book, really, can you? So I'm going to go for the red precisely because I've picked out Sweet Sorbet in my Stampin' right marker, my colouring pen. This is one of the 2022 to 2024 in colours, and it's kind of a reddy pinky red. Oh, Joanna, good morning. You say you love reading and you've got tons of actual books as well as your Kindle and you alternate between them. So do I. Exactly. We have bookcases in our lounge full of books, and I just keep the favourite ones from over the years. And then obviously, if I get new books that I'm only going to read once, I'll pass them on to friends and things like that. But yeah, we should do a book swap. Couldn't we do a book swap? This would be so cool. Anyone got any ideas about that? So I'm going to colour in the little flowers where I've just stamped these bees on the basic white card. And I'm just going to colour in where they're picked out. Like that. And I'm going to go around, and I'm using the brush tip. I just find it a bit easier with the Stampin' Right markers. I'm going to fill it all in like so. And you can see really easily where the flowers are, even though it's quite a detailed image. And I won't make you watch all the colouring because I've coloured a couple already, Blue Peter style, but you get the idea. So there's a little one here, like that. And then you'll do the other wing the same. And we'll do her heart. She's a she, she's a queen bee, isn't she? And then obviously we'll do these the same, like this. There's little leaves on the side of these ones here, just on the end. I'm not worrying about the middles of the flowers, they're so tiny. And there's leaves on the end of the middle row on the bee's back as well. So like that. And then I picked out Pear Pizzazz. What's your favourite green in Stampin' Up? I like this Pear Pizzazz. Sweet Sorbet is such a pretty colour. I agree. So I've picked out the Pear Pizzazz and I'm just going to do the leaves. And you can just see where they are. So just to give you an idea of where to colour in, and there's a fair bit of white space left. And I think I've caught it all. And then these are the little tiny bits here. What can you see? Can you see it? These are the tiny bits here. So on last Friday, I was doing my live and the quality of the picture was so terrible. So I can only apologise. I actually played it back and it was so bad. I can't believe you were so patient and tolerant and sat and watched it. I couldn't even watch it. So I actually re-recorded it as a recorded video, popped that up instead and deleted the live because it was so bad. I'm hoping today things are much better. Granny Apple Green. I wonder what that would look like. Should we grab that one? It's your favourite right now. Sherry says Granny Apple is her favourite right now. So let's have a look, because that might be a little bit more, might be a bit prettier. Oh, I think that is. Look at that. I thought it'd be a bit too shocking, but it really isn't. That is so nice. Granny Apple's one of my favourite greens. I just thought it might be a little bit in your face with the red there, but it really is lovely. I think that makes it pop more than the Pear Pizzazz, so I think we'll go with that. Because I have already coloured in some here. You can see where I've cut some out. But I haven't coloured the leaves in, so we'll quickly colour in the leaves in the Granny Apple, because that's the colour we're going for. That was a good shout. Thank you very much. Let's do that. I love getting inspiration from you guys. And how are you all this fine Friday? Hope you're really well. all is well in our house. We have half-term holidays coming up for the youngest, and he breaks up from school today. Feels very early this year. It's normally a week or two later, I'm sure, in February. And then I was thinking about why that might be. And I think it's because Easter's in March this year, isn't it? So to break up the half terms, they probably had to bring the February half term forward a little bit. So there's that. So for each clip, you'll need 2 of the bee images because they're going to go on the front and the back. Now I've left a lot of those centres white. And I think I'll leave them white and think about that later. Look how I'm covered in black ink. I don't know how I've done that already. I'm covered in ink, first thing. Oh, you love Granny Apple as well, Joanna. It's a great green, isn't it? Yeah. I also like Party Parakeet. Parakeet Party. Which way round is it? But I like that colour. That is more shocking than Granny Apple, but it is lovely. Here we go. It reminds me of Lemon Lime Twist. A little bit, even though it's nothing really like it if you put them together. It's that zingy green. Oh, I've missed a flower out there, so let's go back in. Sometimes when you go back, you can see what you've missed. Oh, some birds flying past my window. That was funny. Right, and let's fill in the tiny areas that look like they've been missed. There's a leaf. I think that's it. I think we've got it all. Yeah, let's go for that. Go for that. Right, now I need to cut it out. I'll bring in my little mini boss, I think. You've been on annual leave, Joanna. Excellent. Have you been up to much? What have you been doing? Have you had some time to do some crafting? What have you had a chance to do? Right, let's open up our mini boss. It feels to me a bit like I'm a bit demob happy today. Do you know what I mean by that? A bit exhilarated because half term is here. I catch that enthusiasm from the kids and I love it. Right, okay, so look at the state of my plates. They're very worn. I have a new set, but we'll go with this because they're put away somewhere else. Right, and I think these will do fine. Let's cut that off so that it'll fit. Just about fit through there. Right, okay, so I'm using the dies that go with the bee stamp set. So this is the Queen Bee stamp set that we have just used to stamp that bee out with. And then we have all the dies in the die set. So if you get this as a bundle, you save 10%. If you get the die and the stamps on the same order in that order number for the bundle. Just trying to grab it. I've taken a lot of the dies out. Oh, there's someone at my door. He's left a parcel and he's busy standing there taking a photo of it and wandering away. So there's our bee. And there's some wings as well. So that cuts out the bee image. And then you have all these beautiful dies. This label is stunning. And then you have all these standalone dies, little honeycomb. There's another little bee. This one cuts out the stamps. So you have a little tiny bee and this big floral one. This wreath is nice. And then obviously it's a queen bee. So you've got her crown. They are fabulous dies. This is what I'm doing my next class on. So on the I think it's the 23rd of February is my next in-person class. Anybody lives locally to me, the cut-off date for booking onto that class is the end of this week, so that's Sunday. Do let me know if you'd like to attend. It is local to me in Buckinghamshire. But I'm also doing it online as well. So there's an online option for the class. So if you live in the UK, I'll send you a kit in the post with instructions, all the kit, and YouTube video tutorial. So yeah, anybody's interested in that, get in touch. Right, I'm going to pop this through if I can, because I think this bit of card, I haven't cut it very well to fit, but you know, I'm sure we'll manage. Okay, let's cut. I'm wearing my favourite jumper today, but oh, it's a bit sad because it's got so bobbly. Does anybody have a really favourite warm, cosy jumper that they won't give up, but it's very bobbly? That's this one that I'm wearing. Oh, I love it. Right, and it was a good one as well, you know. It wasn't a cheap one, so I'm not letting go. I can wear it around the house. Right. Okay, so there's my bee. I'm going to cut the other one out in the same way. Oh, Joanna, you've been up to Yorkshire to see your parents, you've done some crafting, and you've been decluttering your craft room. Oh my word, I think that sounds like a really productive week. Going all the way to Yorkshire and decluttering and crafting. I think you slayed, is that what they say? Slayed it. Slayed the week. You have one of those jumpers too. Do you know what? I think we all do, don't we? I think that one that we love. Normally it doesn't get in shot, my bobbly jumper, but it's so nice. And of course, what we're doing at the moment, instead of turning the heating up, we're putting on a jumper, aren't we? A sweater. Okay. So, oh, hello, Alfie. So the dog's let himself in. We have 2 bees cut out. To be or not to be. Dear me. There we go. Let's put the die there so we won't lose it. If you're coming in here, Alfie, you need to knock up through the window, okay? He loves to bark through the window. So. Shaz says she's got a comfort jumper, which her mum bought her when she was 13. But she passed away when she was 19. So if you need a cuddle, on it goes, holes and all. Oh, Shaz, that sounds divine that you have that and that you can do that. I do not blame you at all. I think that's just perfect. So we're going to put our bee. This is interesting because my original one that I've made, I didn't colour the wings in any colour. And it's very different looking. So I will show you that at the end. Right, I'm going to grab my piece of ribbon and I'm going to make it just long enough so that it goes up inside the clip between the layers of the bee and then it dangles. So just do that by eye, pop it on, work out how long you need it to be, maybe slightly longer. You can always trim it down a bit. Your bee is quite large. Okay, so I'm going to cut that one off. Where's my ribbon scissors? Here it is. This is a bit of fun, isn't it? I just wanted to, I just really wanted to make them for such a long time. And I thought, right, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. Now, I'll tell you what I pulled out of my stash. I pulled out this. This is fab. These are the 2022 to 24 ink colours again. So what I'm using with the colouring in pens. Glimmer paper. How beautiful is this? I don't know if you can see it, but it's shiny. It's thick. It's like almost like cardstock, and it comes in these gorgeous. There's the parakeet colour. It comes in all the colours. There's the tempting to what's it called? Tahitian Tide. There's a Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis. That's the one. So yeah, I have taken a sheet of that and I've cut some of the little tiny hearts. They're minuscule, using the glimmer paper from the die set, because there's a couple of little dies in this die set that are really useful. You've got hearts and you've got flowers. So I'm going to stick my, look at the state of this glue. I don't think I've got anything in it left. I'm going to stick that in there. I need to open a new glue. Let's pop that one on. right over the top. So of course it matches, so it's exactly the right size to fit on the top of there. He goes on there. You can pop it up with a mini dimensional. I'm trying to make it flat so that it won't get caught on the planner clip and pages. Not too flat, but not too many things sticking up. Come on then. So let's put that one on. Now, I do believe assembling this warrants a hot glue gun, I think. If you're going to do this properly, you probably need a hot glue gun. Do I own one? Yes, I do. Have I ever used one? No, I haven't. Actually, yes, I have used a hot glue gun when my children were small, when they were at preschool, and I used to go in and work there, and we used to use it for junk modelling. Now, I must be the only crafter in the entire universe who doesn't use a hot glue gun on a regular basis. Would I know where to find my glue gun? No, because I looked for it. So I think it may be that I either don't have it anymore or it's somewhere it's never going to be found. So I think it warrants me a trip to be buying a new hot glue gun. But in the meantime, we're going to make do now. I'm going to show you my original one that I made before I came live. And I made it and I did not colour in the bee. And I did add some wings using the wings die. I cut them from vellum. And I have made this little planner clip, and this is my kind of finished article, but I didn't colour it in. And I actually, now I'm thinking I prefer it black and white. You tell me what you think. You use one, Joanna, but not very often. Oh, Shaz, you're funny. You haven't used one either. I'm so glad. I thought I was probably the only person in the world who's never used a glue gun for their crafting. So I'll show you what I did. I just made a big mess with my Tombow. And it works, okay? Now, saying it works, I don't know, once you kind of start pulling this apart and putting it in your planner pages, how robust it's going to be. I would advise a glue gun, okay? I think that would probably work. So I'm putting the ribbon on first, and it's sticking right up there. And I want my ribbon to be apart a little bit at the bottom, so it's a bit more effective. I need this bit of my paper clip facing down, because that's the bit that goes over the page. And I'm going to pop that on the top here, like that. And I'm going to put a load more glue on the top. Stay on you. Like that. Oh, you were shocked. You do use one all the time. I did, after I said that, I did wonder if that's what you meant. That's hilarious, Shaz. I know I don't use a hot glue gun. I am going on a trip to purchase a hot glue gun. And I'm quite excited about it. How ridiculous are we, you know, as crafters, about the silly little things? But honestly, I'm really excited about getting a hot glue gun and all the things I'm going to make with it. Okay, so what I did when I made this one earlier today, and it's really quite robust. I'm not sure about how long it would last being hooked over pages with just normal glue, but I needed to work out how to make it. So what I did to make my glue set and stick together, I grabbed another paper clip from the box and I just opened it up a little bit and I popped it over the top and I left it there for about half an hour. And it made it, let's make sure it's straight because you want it to dry straight. And it made it stick together perfectly well. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. But here's my original. Okay. Now, I'll show you how I made my original. So what we'll do is, I've got wings here, so I was going to make lots of them. These wings are cut from vellum, just using the die that's in the die set. Aren't they gorgeous? So I'm going to stamp it again. Ooh, I'm getting very gluey with that horrible old glue. I'm going to grab a piece of white. Oh, the other thing I would recommend is use maybe use the thick basic white cardstock rather than your regular, because I'll just use the pieces I've got. But I think your planner clip is going to be a lot more robust if you use the thick. Yeah. I'm thinking, can you hear the cogs turning? Right, okay. I have an idea. I might just not do that. You can see how I've made this one. I'll make a whole load of them and I'll put them on my Instagram, but I want to show you something else. So when I first decided to do it, I stamped it in early espresso ink onto very vanilla card, and I really liked it. But when I added the ribbon, it wasn't working for me because the contrast in the white just wasn't doing it. So I did get them ready, but I have pulled out some of our ribbon. This one is this is gorgeous, this one. The natural finish ribbon, and it's really big. It's 7/8 of an inch. So I'm going to experiment with this one, I think. I need a paper clip, I think. I might go for yellow. Let's have a look. If I go for white, it might work. Let's have a look. Yeah, I thought so. Thanks, Joanna. It's still a touch unfocused, is it, Shaz? I think it's I'm moving around so much, and my my camera is trying to focus. It was an internet issue last week because my device wasn't connected to the internet properly. So it was what my husband calls picnic. Can you guess what the word picnic means? He introduced this to me quite a long time ago and it makes me laugh all the time. Yeah, picnic. Green, maybe? No, I think yellow. So let's have a look before I put the clip in. We have got a flower stamp in here. I'm going to grab the flower stamp out. Have I used this one? I haven't got the sticker on it, which is a bit poor, isn't it? Let's do that. Picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer. Meaning I was the problem because I didn't have my internet settings correct. Much to my annoyance. All right, I don't know which way around this one goes because it's... There we are. There we go. Let's grab a block. Now, you can buy these large paper clips in gold and silver, which I thought would be perfect, but they were quite a bit more expensive to buy considering I wanted to buy quite a few. But if you're just going to buy a few, I would definitely buy the gold and silver. They're pretty neutral colour. Yes, Shaz, it's hilarious. Picnic. Hi, Margaret. Thank you for joining me. I know, it's very funny. And I did, when I was nursing, and I had to ring up IT support one day because, I don't know, I couldn't remember my password or something was going on with it. And I think it was my fault. I said to the guy at IT support at the hospital, it's picnic. And I told him what it meant, and he thought it was the most hilarious thing. And I do too. I said, I'm really sorry to bother you. It's not the computer. It's not you. It's me. Because I'm a bit technically challenged. All right. Okay. So I was just deciding how long I need my ribbon. I'm just going to cut it up here. I keep a pair of snips for my ribbons because, as we know, paper really dulls your scissors, and then trying to cut your ribbon up can be a pain. Okay. Now I've got my flower. I am going to bring in the early espresso ink. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out long term, guys. When I say long term, I stamped with early espresso on this once before, and after a few days I found it tinged, it bled, and it tinged the ribbon. So we'll see if it happens again this time. I'm not too bothered if it does, because I'm kind of going for that vintage look, that kind of, you know. But so if you do it and it does bleed a little bit or it goes a funny colour, please don't blame me. I want you. But look how beautifully it stamps on the ribbon. I think using a black StazOn, if you're using black, would be the way to go. But since I'm not using black, I'm kind of staying away from it with this one. I'm just going to chance my arm and see what happens. I don't really mind. Okay. So we've used the little one. I'm not going to stamp on the inside because I think that will be asking for trouble. This ribbon's beautiful, isn't it? I might trim in the bottom again after. So we got this one, and then I'm going to start gluing it together. Deciding what colour it's going to be. Yeah, I think that works. I think yellow. I think the white is just a little bit too stark. It's great ribbon, isn't it? I'm still tempted to stamp inside, but then I think it'll just bleed terribly. Right, okay, let's just stop faffing about because that's what I'm doing. You know what, guys, you can really overthink these things and then it becomes stressful, and that's not the point, is it? It's not the point at all. So add your ribbon right down the bee's body. Make sure you've got it straight on there. Add more glue. Yeah, definitely glue gun. Add your other bee on there. Oh, would help if we put the paper clip in, would it? Yeah, not doing very well here. Got to get my paper clip the right way around. I like it that way around. I don't really think it makes any difference as long as you've got it pointing down. My husband, he promised me he would bring me in a cup of coffee, and I can hear him in the kitchen. So watch this space. He's such a nice man. He's working from home, and I think he's got a break in between his call. Right. Oh, and Alfie can see a squirrel in the garden. I don't know if you can hear them moving in our home. So funny. So I am just keeping my finger on that because there's quite a lot for it to cope with here. Right, one thing I am going to do with this one is I'm going to show you how I attached my wings. So what I did was I added in the little hearts. I also was going to make a blue one. I'm not going to put these on this project, but you can see I cut out the Tahitian tide colour hearts like that. But I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Let's have a look. I might put something on the top. I might put a flower on the top. But I'll show you how I added the mini glue dots to my bee. So I think this bee is perfect for making planner clips. So I went in and rolled up the ball of, rolled up the ball of a glue dot in a tiny ball. And I popped it on there like that. But you just want to make sure you line up your wings. Turn it over and do the same thing. So I just do with those glue dots. There they are. They rolled away. They rolled away. This ribbon's great for stamping on. It makes me think, actually, though, I might, it's definitely going to bleed, I'm sure, but I might have to experiment with some of our other ribbons and see how well they stamp as well. Because I think it's a thing that we don't really think about, but we could do. Okay. Oops. So here we go. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of vanilla. Here we go. Here's where I cut my bees from. I am going to take that same stamp and the early espresso ink, which is over here. Now, you could do a really colourful version, or you could just carry on with these muted tones that I'm using here. But I might do a whole ton of these and just put them on my Instagram. You can see the options. So I've got that, and all I need is a little die that matches. Do you know what would be nice stamped on that ribbon? The flower that I've used, or this beautiful like little fonty part, you know, words with the like splodges. That would look nice. I might try that too. So I've got this. I'm going to die cut it out. Let's bring this back in. And then we can work out which ones we like the best. So I've got to make sure I got the die the right way around. This dog lets himself in and out of my craft room. Well, he lets himself in. He can't get out. There's a pickle. Then he comes and looks in the front window and barks at everything passing by. His territory. Okay, should have used a piece of washi tape on there, shouldn't I? Let's try again. Oops. Right, where's my washi? There's a piece. Right. No, you're right, Sherry. I don't think it would matter if it bled through or it kind of bleeds out. I don't think it would matter. I think it would kind of add to it, don't you? We might have to try that. We might have to try that and pop it up on my social media and just do a few selection of them. So here we go. Got the flowers. Oops, that one didn't pop out. Okay, so if you find that your stamping is slightly not quite central, you can always take your snips to it, which is what I sometimes do, and just give it a better edge. And then you'll have it completely centered. Save you recutting it out again, if it bothers you at all, that is. Don't really need to worry if it doesn't. So just do that. Okay, that's another job done. So these are going to go on here. Like that. Bring it down a bit. You need to see his head. Her head. She's a she. And I think I'll pop that on there. Definitely that glue is Very unhappy. Put that on there. It's actually, I haven't put a paper clip on this one and it's stuck together really well. For demonstration purposes though, I think a glue gun is the way to go if you don't want it to come apart. There we are, there we are. Okay, we're at 11:45, so we're doing well this morning, aren't we? There, how cool is that? I'm loving that. I think I'll just let it dry. But I'm definitely thinking next time I would, and maybe when it's dry, I might stamp in the middle. Because, yeah, like it doesn't really matter, does it, that it's going to bleed. I think we'll do one more. What do you think? So I really like these. I had thought about doing a blue coloured in one. Somewhere I started to colour on in blue. So you can do kind of all the different shades. And then you see that would match this paper clip. If I take that one off there. It just happens to be, well, it doesn't match if you put it right next to each other, but it happens to be quite a good colour match. So we do one of those. I think I might do another one like this. But you can see all the options. You can make a lot of planner clips like this. So I just need to find some very vanilla. You could do it on any colour, couldn't you? Oh, here's a piece. Right, B. Where be you? Here it is. So it's the ribbon I want to play with. All right, let's stamp a couple of bees. These would be nice little gifts. You could definitely pop one of these in a matching card in the envelope and gift it to somebody. That would be nice. Where is my die? There it is. There is my die. Let's just cut this out. Keep that spare piece. That was a card base that has got very battered in my stash. So it's good enough to use for this. Right, what have I done with the other plate? There it is. Okay, so there's that one. And that one. A tip about using the dies, a lot of these dies are like this. Do you see there's holes throughout the die? Well, these are sometimes for using your pokey tool to get the cardstock out, but also some of the dies, if you line those holes up with a part of the stamped image, it will line up exactly. So if you line up the 4 legs of the bee on the bottom through those holes, you know you'll get a precise cut. It's a good tip I heard somebody tell me, and I was like, that's brilliant, and it always seems to work. Let's try it this time. You never know. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Ooh, let me move my glue. I'm getting my arm in it. Go through. It's moving around. There we go. Oh, I think my die is, I think my my plate is worn out. Oh, look, I cracked it. Well, look at my plate. That one's dyed. I have had it forever. I do have another set. Oh dear. Let's go one more time and then we'll put that in the bin. Ooh, what's on there? I'm not sure what's on there, but I don't think it'll matter. Your daughter phoned, did she, Shaz? Well, that's nice. I can hear the geese flying because we live near a lake. I can often hear the geese flying over. It seems to be at this time of the year and late summer. Oh yes, how is the baby? How are they? I'd love to know if they're doing okay. All right, will this go through? No, it's not liking the fact that I've cracked the plate. That is now going in the recycling bin. There we are. There we go. There's our B. There's both our B's. So let's grab that piece of ribbon. I've got another piece here that's probably about the right length, to be fair. It might be a bit long, but we can do something with that. So let's do some stamping. How big is that stamp? Oh, it's not too big. It's a smaller one. Let's grab a block to fit. Oops. I lost you guys. Oh, there we go. Apologies, guys. Had a bit of an issue there. Right, close your eyes. I'm going to clean my camera lens. That was weird. I actually dropped, the tripod dropped. There we go. I do apologise if that made you feel a bit funny. Right, got a block, got the stamp. We are going to stamp it. Picnic, yeah, absolutely. Definitely picnic today. Right, let's grab out the early espresso ink. Let's do it. So guys, are you enjoying Celebration? Tell me, are you using the lovely Celebration items that we've got? Tell me all about that, because we have got a whole new lot come in the last week or so, haven't we? We have got, oh, actually, it should be up the other way. Let's do it up the other way. We've got all those new goodies added to Celebration that are from the catalogues. How cool is that? I like that. Yeah, I like that we've got all this new choice. The designer series paper, super useful. We've got a bundle. We've got a tag. Oh, you're pleased with that, Sherry? I'm very pleased with that. I've already got the tag. That was one thing I popped on mine. I was very pleased with it. There we go. So we've put it all the way down one side and we'll do it down the other. Yeah. Very pleased with all the new goodies. If you'd like to know, you can go into my online shop at katebolt.stampinup.net and just look in the shop at the Celebration items, and you'll be able to see them all there, all the new goodies and stuff that was already there too. Okay, so we have stamped all of that. Stamping on the ribbon is fun. Okay, so bear in mind which way up it will be if you do it that way. And unless you do it over and then you stamp one way and then the other way, it's going to be going down the way on the other side. But it's just words, it's just writing. You can't really tell. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got our B's. We're going to get another clip. Alfie, no barking through the window. Got to tell him. Going to get this one. Okay, glue. I think I might have to go shopping for a glue gun this afternoon. How exciting. That's what we need. I'll tell Stampin' Up, we need a glue gun, please, in the shop. Is this how I made the last one? I think so. Yeah. Joanna, you've resisted the new set so far, but you don't know how long that'll last. I know, I'm the same. I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I don't need any more stuff. I don't need any more stuff. Oh, hang on, I need it further down. Let me get another one. Yeah, how long will it last? Because until you think, oh, I really need some glue, or I really need some of this, or I really need some of that, and it's like, oh, well, actually, I do really like that bundle, and if I get that bundle, then I'll get the celebration item. And absolutely, why wouldn't you want to get the thing that you're going to get anyway, when you can get something for free with it, instead of waiting like a few weeks and then no celebration and you still get the bundle or whatever it is you were after and you don't get your freebies. That's too sad. Hobby Tech is the best gun. Hardy has his own stand and uses extra long glue sticks. So Hardy do Shaz, that's a great shout for me. Thank you very much. Perfect. Something where you don't have to keep changing it is going to be a bonus, isn't it? Because I have used one when the kids were small, and that was one thing I do remember, is that you do need to change those quite regularly. So I think I am going to, because there's so much ribbon involved in this one, I am going to clip it together for a minute. Keep it steady while it dries. I am going to chop this a little bit because my tails are very long. This would make a good bookmark rather than a planner clip, wouldn't it? Because the tails being that long. Let's just, oh, not those scissors because they're a bit rubbish. I've been using those for so many years. Now I can't find my ribbon scissors. What have I done with them? I don't know about you, but I carved myself into a corner. And yeah, can't find anything I want. Right, I'm going to grab my big long handle scissors, see if they're any sharper. Also, my lovely husband brought me a cup of coffee just now. Hooray! Oh, God, they're here. Are you shouting at the screen saying, I can see your ribbon scissors? Because I would be. I want to go that way. Let's just snip it the opposite way. Aesthetically pleasing if I can do it straight. Look at that. There we go. So there's that. I'm going to put the wings on it. I've got wings. I've got one wing. Where's the other wing? There it is. I already cut them out of vellum using this die. So I'm going to take this off or move it along. Grab the glue dot. So nice. I like this. Roll it up small, pop it on there, add your wings, and the same on the other side. Oh, thank you, Shaz. Would you send it me on a private message? I would appreciate it. Thank you. There we are. So we have got all those bits and bobs. Now, I think I'm going to put a little bit of bling on there. I might cut out a couple more of those little hearts and put, I don't know if I put a jewel on there or a heart on there. Right, let's cut out a couple of hearts and see. I'll do them on my big machine behind me. Look how tiny, ooh. Look how tiny the die is, says me to throwing it around. Okay. You being a good boy, Alfie? He's sat looking through the window. Or I have cut out these. This would work. Instead, which I've already cut out. These are these little flowers, and you can stick them on the bee's body too. But I think that might be a little bit over the top. Right, I'm going to cut these out. And I like how these papers are ombre. So you get different shades of the same colour all the way through the paper, and you can choose what you're going to get depending on where you cut your shape. Okay, so this one's slightly darker than this one, so you can see what I mean. Got my team meeting next week. I'm so excited. Haven't seen them for a month. I love to see their faces. We do a team meeting on Zoom, so I'm really looking forward to that. Don't forget the joining offer this month, guys. It's incredible. I don't like to keep plugging on about it, but it is absolutely brilliant. It is just through the end of February during Celebration. You get £170 worth of products. It's £170 for £99, or £170 worth of products plus the little mini cut and emboss machine, which is worth about 50 something pounds, for £125. So what a bargain is that? Right, I'm sticking the heart on the back of the bee. So if you want to join me and join my team, you don't have to demonstrate, you don't have to sell. If you want to, you can. It's great fun, but you can just join for the discount if you like. So the link will be in the description box. You can also find out sort of information over on my website, which is inkstampshare.ink, or you can just drop me a line. There's no pressure or anything. And if you've got any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Right, here we go. Let's pop this heart on, get it stuck down. That's really cute, isn't it? So I'm going to take this one off, and you have your, it would have been nice to use the pink clip actually, thinking about that now. I think it's stuck down at last, so I'm not going to start pulling all of the heart, but the pink clip, or maybe a yellow heart in the middle to match. But I really like that with a word stamp on it. Stamping that ribbon is really effective, I think. So I was thinking about putting a rhinestone on it as well. It was a bit of a process today. So I had one basic planner clip planned, and then everything else kind of was a process and evolved from that. So I've got this one with the flower. I could colour in the flower, but I think it'd be weird. And I've got this one that's coloured in. So yeah, just make sure that all the glue is secure. And I was contemplating grabbing out some of the champagne rhinestones. I'm not convinced though. I think it might be a bit over the top. I'm popping it on there. Oh, I don't know. Oh, now I think that's really pretty. Doesn't take much. Look, a little bit of sparkly bling. Oh yeah, we're going for that. Doesn't take much to amuse me. Very excited by the sparkly bling. I'm going to put one on this one and see what that looks like. Oh, it makes a difference. And because it's the champagne colour ones, it's not that stark white or silver. I think it's quite soft. Yes, I like it. So there. Clip, you want to be able to see eclipse. Let's put one on here. I think it would actually finish this one off a little bit, because this one feels a bit like, yes, look at that. Oh, I'm really happy with that. It doesn't take much to amuse me, does it? You can't have enough sparkle. Shaz, you've never had a team meeting. That's no good. When can you come to our next wider team event? That's what you need to do. Have a look and pop one in the diary and get somebody else to do the work and you can come. That's what you need. You need to come and have a bit of fun. Because I know you're in our wider team and you would love that. Right, let's turn this one over. I think it finishes them off. Isn't it weird how a little thing like that just kind of finishes it off and pulls it all together? I don't know why, it just does. So there you go. There are some planner clips. 3 minutes over time, but we've made 4, guys. 4 beautiful planner clips. I think they're just beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really hope you like them. I do. Let me see how it looks on a planner. Bearing in mind, oh my word, let's have a look. I've got this one. We're all work in progress. So let's have a look. This is an old planner of mine. Bearing in mind, they are not glued very well. Thank you for your kind words. They're not glued very well. They are definitely needing to have some, what's the word? They need to have some hot glue, I think. So, but let's put them in. Oh, look at that. They look so cute on the top of there. So you can have your planner. Let me shut it up. And have your little clip. And you can find your page really easily in your planner. I love it. So cute. So we've got this one. We've got this one. Actually, if I do it that way. Comes on that way. Did I stick the ribbon on one side? Oh no, I'm just doing it that way. I keep forgetting they're double-sided. I'm just a silly woman. There. There we go. Oh, that's so good, isn't it? You can put it down as far as you want, depending on where your glue ends up. That one. And then we got this one. Loving this. Go on. And then we got this one, which I'm not going to put them all in there. They look silly. But you get my idea. I think this one might be my favourite. I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video today and that you might be inspired to use the Queen Bee bundle to make some bookmarks, planner clips, or cards. It's a beautiful bundle and you can find it in my online shop at inkstampshare.ink. I am definitely going to be making a lot more of these. Thank you for joining me live. Thanks so much. If you like any of the products I've used, you can find them in my online shop at katebolt.stampinup.net. And I will hopefully be back, depending, but fingers crossed, I'll be back next Tuesday for coffee and cards. It is half term, so I will try and be around. I'm trying to. And I would love to see you because I really look forward to it. Yeah, they make a fantastic bookmark. I think that's probably more likely what I'll use lots of them for. And thanks for joining me live, guys. And if you're watching on replay, say hello from Tomorrowland. I would love to know what you think and which one you prefer. Do you like the white one or do you like the vanilla ones? And do you like them coloured or blank? I think I prefer them not coloured. I think I prefer these. But do let me know in the comments. Alfie's not sure what he likes. I'll see you again next time. Thanks, ladies. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.